Hello, this is Willed and Well Armed. Today we're going to do some scale replacement on some Swiss Army knives. I've been into Swiss Army knives since I was a kid, and my uncle bought me my first tinker. And then since then I've been using the super tinkers as an EDC. I kept this box for about 15 years. I love that tinker. I had it all the time with me. These are zebra wood. These are some exotic scales. Both these are from somewhere in Eastern Europe, like Ukraine. These are from California. I'll get links to all these down below. And there's also a clip with this one. I'll show how to attach the clip. And then these are the A-locks for the regular tinker. There's also a deluxe tinker that actually has pliers on it. But I like the super tinker. The corkscrews are kind of useless for me, and this is a really nice Phillips head. You can use it daily. While I'm replacing everything, I'll also put in new toothpicks, new springs, or tweezers, toothpicks and springs, and I'll put on a lanyard with a little guy's head on it. I think he's a Trojan. He's pretty badass. Anyway, we'll first remove the scales. We'll just use the blade of the regular knife to do that. I'll show doing one, and then we'll do the rest off camera. Find a little opening in here. These scales are made of a cheaper plastic. A lot of times you can pop these off without damaging the scale. And see if it comes right off. And zero damage to that one, so that one's still good. There are 3 rivets that pop on, and we're going to clean these as well. But usually the rivets are a little bit more deformed than these. These look really clean, and the inside looks clean, believe it or not, after all these years. So blades are good. Very useful tool. All right, now everything's cleaned up. I'll be using JB Weld to put on the rivets, and I'll be using red Loctite to thread this and put the clip on. It uses a T5 screw, and so what we'll do is we'll first attach the red Loctite on. All right, so I put a little bit of red Loctite on the unit itself, and then I put a little red Loctite in a spoon, and so we'll just put the handle right where it belongs. We'll take a screw tip, dip it in the red Loctite, get it on all sides, and we'll drop it in the hole. We'll do the same with the second one. Spin it a little bit, not too much. We don't want any slop coming out. There we go. Tighten it till firmed. First one a little bit more, and the second one. There we go. That will never come off. Now we'll mix up some JB Weld in the spoon, and I'll be right back. I cut up a Q-tip in half, and then I use the blunt end to mix it. First it turns to that zebra stripe of both the colors, and then you can see it's getting grayer and grayer. So we'll do all the top side first. And with this, you want to make sure you're not getting any of the surface area, because that could affect your slide in for your toothpick or you're like doing these projects, being a quadriplegic. Helps my hands and those little fine muscles. Whoop, don't want that much. Sometimes these rivets are really damaged when they press them so hard, but these look pretty good shape. So sometimes in the past, I've actually had to go file a little bit around to make sure it's a full circle, especially when connecting these metal scales. So I'll show you what I mean. So you want to get it right the first time. So we're correct there. Let me pause this for a second. I'll pull out the vise. Just a tabletop vise with suction cup on the bottom. I didn't even apply the suction cup, but these are really well made. And you know, if you're just a hobbyist and don't have room for all the full workings of a shop, great place to get going. All right, that's pressed on, and we'll press the other side. Normally I would press it all at once, but this does have the clip. There we go. Click right into place. The other side popped down. I'll go back and get it. You can see how well that's put together now, what that's going to look like. And now we're going to do the last two. This is the zebra wood, a little tighter than the last one. We'll put it in the vise. That's the middle is done. We'll push it over here and get the top side. You can't do this without a vise. You got to have a vise or clamps or something to force this in a tight click. You can see that has 0 gap there. I'm waiting on that to dry. I'll replace this spring. I use the next size up. I believe it's called T7. So I'll just use that as a press it right out. All right, now I'll put in the new one. And not as easy as it looks, that's the new one. And everything's dried up. I put on the little lanyard with the little Spartan guy. So I had 3 of them, and I still need another lanyard for this one. These all came from Etsy. I'll send you the links for these two. All of them. This is a Swiss Bianco. Anyway, the main thing is you gotta make sure that when the glue is drying, that you give it at least 48 hours to dry, and you got them clamped down pretty good, or you'll have a gap right there, and that's the worst thing. The wood, some of the wood are really easy and they pop right in and stay in with just a little clamp, and some of them, like this one, I had to put in the vise and really crank it down. This one was really hard to get in. And then this is by far the easiest one to do. This is the Swiss Bianco. I highly recommend this, and this is the original type of finish aluminum scales that Swiss Army Knives would come with. It gives it a real neat, unique, really thin size. So this one is the regular Tinker, and these are the Tinker Super Tinker or Tinker Deluxe. So they don't have the pliers in them, but they don't have the so they are thicker, but the wood makes them considerably thicker. Let me get them all going the same direction. and then that has the handle. So you can see how thick they become. So I guess the thinnest would be this rosewood. Over. What I really like about the Tinkers is they have the screwdriver, the Phillips head, the real Phillips head on each side. So, now let me show you the little Spartan guy. He really, his face has a lot of little details. There you go. Isn't that a nice looking face? Yeah. Boy, what an ugly little guy. Anyway, it's a fun project to do. Without the gluing, I'd say each knife takes about 15 minutes if everything goes right. It's a quick project, and you know, a lot of reward for having it done. These are the knives, you know, are in that $15 to $25 range when used on eBay, or you know, at that $25 to $30 new. But the scales, you know, they can cost up to $100. You know, some of them, these are, you know, like 20. These are like 25 or 30. That one's like 30 or 40. This one did not come with the place to put the toothpick and tweezers. This did come with the toothpick, tweezers, and a place for an ink pen. So I gotta go get an ink pen. This one came, of course, with the both spots, and this came with both spots. Anyway, fun projects. This is a little bit more heavy. These are about equal to what they used to be, and this is just slightly heavier than it used to be. But anyway, it's a fun project. Highly recommend it, and I'll have some links below to help you get, and these are not affiliate links. I'm not making any money off any of these. So this is Willed and Well Armed. Have a great weekend, great week, and be prepared.